Hey everybody, how's it going? In today's video, let's get rolling on the exclusive series featuring this Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut that is currently featured in a flashback event that you can win the car for free. So that's how I obtained this car way back when. So I'll put the link to my playthrough of the special event to win this car for free in the description box below, as well as the bonus series the car's featured in. Let's Go Jesko that I have also completed since I won the car. So I'll have both of those series playthrough in the description box below. But that's not what this video is about. This one, we're gonna actually head on over to the exclusive series, which I also made the overview video for. And you can find that in the description box below as well, where I go over the upgrade cost, types of events that you'll encounter, and the rewards, the usual number stuff, right? So if you're interested in finding that information, check in the description box below. But for our exclusive series featuring Jesko Absolut, we're gonna kick it off with some short events, as I generally like to approach these. So we'll start with autocrosses, where we have 5 of these. So first one, tier 1 at the Brickyard. And the target time to beat is 33 seconds and change. So let's see how we fare, how difficult or easy it is going to be. All right, here we go. So extremely fast top speed. Just have to learn how to adjust your braking point accordingly, because the car will accumulate speed pretty quick. And down the longer straights, you might find yourself wondering why the car is not turning when you try to steer. And that'll be why. You're probably traveling at over 400 kph and wondering steer? Irresponsive steering? Yeah, because the momentum will carry you forward instead of directing the car to go where your steering wheel is facing, right? So anyway, first challenge, not too bad. All right. As long as I am not facing any TSM bots, I have a feeling that should be pretty straightforward. Let's head on over to the tier 7 for the second instance, this one at Laguna Seca. And 27 seconds. Yeah, I think that should be manageable. We're, of course, starting at the mouth of Corkscrew. There we go. Yeah, with this car, 27 seconds doesn't seem would be anything requiring extraordinary driving skill. Oh, but going off track in general, not recommended. And so, nice and easy stroll through the finish line with still a couple of seconds to spare on the clock. Not bad. All right, 600 fame points for the effort. All right, so this is all good. All right, that is good enough for gold trophy number 2. Let's head on over to tier 9. Mount Panorama, the hill climb, right? It's gonna be a night race. And the target time in 40-second range, 47. Okay. So far, smooth sailing, right? So hopefully we can keep the trend going. All right. Yeah, we're getting pretty close, like 300 kph before we reach the cutting. So, and we're, of course, going uphill. Easily reaching 300 kph. So let's see if we can keep it clean through the S's. And forest elbow. All right, good enough. Yeah, the finish line for this autocross a little bit further back than where the flags are, the flag markers for where it ends. Yeah, there are some tracks like that. I think for autocross, I want to say Silverstone's kind of like that too. So if you're being goofy like I was, you just want to make sure you are aware of that so you don't accidentally think you're closer to the finish line than the game think you are. All right. All right, so that's good enough for the third gold trophy. Let's head on over to tier 14. Bugatti Circuit is next venue. And 30-second range. Yep, 33 seconds. Should be manageable. All right. Here we go. After the Dunlop chicane. And essentially the Bugatti circuit section of the track, right? All the corners. Early braking. Earlier. There you go. 31 seconds. Another pretty easy victory. So far, so good. All right. And I think that was fourth instance, right? Right, tier 14. And final instance of autocross. We'll get that in tier 17. Right. So Silverstone, speaking of, here we go. It's going to be a bridge Grand Prix circuit. I want to say another 20 some second target. Oh, 31, 32, just under 32, right? So this one we start before the bridge, like right before we head down the bridge, right? Makes sense. And the section of the circuit that is kind of unique to the bridge Grand Prix here, right? This part where we take the left-hander. That when we have a cup race, sometimes I forget where I am and go completely opposite directions, smack into the wall. Yes, sometimes having those senior moments on the circuit, not ideal. That one was actually a little bit closer. More like 1 second gap, huh? I know, compared to the others, I know 1 second is still a long time for autocross. But considering that the others, I started off with like pretty decent gap, right? Of victory. So, all right, all right. So that is all there is for autocrosses. So let's see. All right, so 9% complete. So now head on over to do our, should we do drag races? Let's do drag races next. So tier 3, we got 2 of these, by the way. Starting with the tier 3, Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix Circuit. Here we go. All right. So first 3 opponents, or first 3 launches, the time is pretty, yeah, dude, that's like Silver Surfer, huh? Anyway, as I was saying, first 3 launches are pretty predictable time, and if you keep track of it, I'm sure it is pretty predictable throughout. But like first one's a pretty slow launch, and second one is like shortened by about a second, right? And then the third one is another shortened by another second or so, right? And then after that, I just refer to the rest of it as a little bit more randomized because I don't feel like having to remember those things. But yeah, because I don't generally like to do like, I don't know, like drag race after drag race. So that's maybe why. So this one's a little bit quicker. Quick shift at the beginning. All right. So 2 down, 1 more opponent to defeat. Here in Austin, Texas. And this one's just 1 second, 1 and go. There we go. Yeah, pretty quick. First like 4 gears, right? All right, so that is good enough for first of the 2 drag races. 500 fame points. All right. There we go. They're all TSM, the random TSM that's I'm not connected to through any social media. All right. So we're like quarter of the service bars, complete service bars taken out so far. And we are 11% complete. So let's head on over to tier 8 for the other drag race. This one at Porsche Test Track. All right, and it's the same TSM friend that is actually very generous with the time, sporting the Korean flag. All right. All right, we are ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and pretty quick launch on this one. Yep. And we'll look in the rear view mirror real quick there. All right. And these are gonna be just random TSM bots. All right. 2, 1, no idea how long. But good shifts. All right, so 8 seconds and change here. But really, like, this perhaps is, I don't know, it feels a little bit longer than Circuit of the Americas, but not enough to really, I don't know, make significant change in results. You know what I mean? I only say that because I have enough time to bring the gears back down to the like neutral. I don't think I quite made it to the neutral in that one, but you know what I mean. All right. Just glad to have the drag race be done because not a fan. Having one or two is okay, I suppose, for variety. But really, do we really need more than one for each car? Anyway, so that is good enough. With a 12% complete, let's head on over to complete our final segment, speed snaps. So we got tier 2, this one at Daytona Motorcycle Course. And the target speed, this one is at the beginning of the circuit, if I remember correctly, right? So 281, I think was the speed, right? Yeah, after you make that first corner into the sort of this interior sector, right? So it's all about how you handle the second corner. Unless you call this a second corner. I guess this is kind of a second. Is that second and third corner? No, I refer to this as a second corner. There we go. The hairpin, right? And do we have enough in the tank for 281? Yes, we do. I think I hit 289. Yep. Just under 290. 289.99 was what was clocked when I crossed that finish line. All right. So, good way to kick off our speed snaps. All right. All right. And then, second instance of speed snap you find in tier 4. This one is Suzuka Grand Prix. This one's at the hairpin, right? Like how you exit the hairpin. 341.9 is the target. So, like, starts right after that bridge, the overpass, right? And of course, it heads into that hairpin, and then pretty much a big right-hander arc that is going to be pretty much flat out. There we go. Just a gentle lift. I think I had to do 345 or something, which I think is good enough for another victory, right? 345.82. All right. Yeah, I do enjoy speed snaps. It's nice and quick and really times your or really gets you to work on your corners, right? Critical corners. All right, so 2 down, 3 more to go. So on to tier 7 for third instance. This one at Circuit of the Americas again. This one Grand Prix circuit. 273. And is this yeah, where does this take place? It's like after the longest, the long straight, right? This is like at the tail end of that long straight, and they're gonna be clocking our speed on after all these corners. So this is really kind of irrelevant, and I don't think I can go quite flat out on Jesko Absolut through this corner. So it's going to be all about this one. Yeah, I got off track at the end, but I think that was still good enough because it was like 270s, right? Yeah, and I finished with a 285.71. So good enough. The other guys must gotten off track too. Skidding off track at the end. Lose a bit of speed, of course. So yeah, you cannot really take it flat out. Alright, so that is good enough for our third instance of Speed Snap. So we got 2 more to go. Tier 16 is the next one. This one at Monza Road Course. Of course, this one also we start after that bridge. We got the second chicane. And then the... yeah. Once again, no flat out. It's not an F1 car. Of course, with the F1s, you can take these pretty much flat out from the beginning, right? All the way through. Even then, you have to make sure your angle's correct with the Formula 1 cars, because depending on, you have to like really extend the length that you're traveling to get to maximize the speed, which is not necessarily the strategy that you will normally take when you're racing, because you don't want to race longer than you have to. But in order to maximize the distance when you're going flat out, of course, longer distance that you travel, more speed that you can build up. Thus, sometimes we deploy slightly different strategy, right? So, but anyway, that's a bit of an overkill, isn't it? Almost 280 compared to 261 that we needed. All right, and with that trophy number 11, right? That brings me to the final event of this video, the final instance of Speed Snap, tier 19 at Catalonia National Circuit. So this one is the, let's see. Oh yeah, so this one's pretty easy one if I remember correctly. So instead of cutting closer, we swing wide here for the national circuit layout, and then rejoin the Grand Prix circuit layout, right? So it's all about, I may have cut that a little too quick. Yeah, I totally misjudged that. And the results are accordingly, not quite taking the lead there. But hopefully this does not come back to haunt me, the fact that I didn't get the first place. Because sometimes when you get the trophy, the game start bringing out the like proper TSM bots. But nope, not the case here. So we'll swing out wide here. Don't cut in too early. There we go, that's better. Yep, 275 and change. So that's more like it. All right, so that is the last stint of the short events. So sub single lap races, right? Autocross drag race and speed snaps. Just still got a little bit of that bonus service bar still left on the car. So, and with that gold trophy number 12, we have completed 22% completion. And yeah, so that is good enough for this video. So there you go. 2 races away from 25% completion, which we'll get to in the following videos. So stay tuned and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.